My fiancée slapped me during our engagement, shouting, "All my friends got diamond rings!" I didn't overreact. A month later, I married her best friend and slipped a $100,000 ring on her finger while my ex watched. She completely lost it. She slapped me at our engagement party. We were in the backyard, string lights overhead casting warm yellow light, jazz playing softly from speakers mounted on the fence, 50 people drinking champagne and celebrating us. I'd just given her the ring, down on one knee, everyone watching, phones out recording, sapphire, her birthstone, white gold band, beautiful, elegant, custom design. She opened the box. Her smile vanished. "What is this?" she said, voice rising. "Your ring. Do you like it?" "It's not a diamond." People were starting to notice. Conversations dying, heads turning. "I thought you'd prefer something unique. Your birthstone. You always said—" That's when she slapped me, hard, across the face. The music seemed to stop. Everyone turned. My cheek burned. My ear rang. "All my friends got diamond rings," she screamed. "Every single one. And you give me this?" I stood there, frozen, my face on fire. Her maid of honor, Claire, rushed over from the drink table. "Jessica, calm down. No, I've been planning this wedding for months and he can't even get me a proper ring." I touched my face, tasted blood where my lips split against my teeth. The backyard had gone completely silent. Someone's champagne glass clinked against a table. A phone was still recording. The jazz kept playing from the speakers, absurdly cheerful. "I'm sorry," I said quietly. She threw the box at me. It bounced off my chest, fell to the grass. "You should be." Then she stormed inside, slammed the patio door. Glass rattled in the frame. Her friends followed, 5 or 6 of them, whispering, looking back at me with expressions ranging from pity to disgust. I stood there, 50 pairs of eyes on me, my cheek throbbing, blood on my lip. My best man, David, started to approach. I shook my head. Not now. Claire stayed, picked up the box from the grass, brushed off dirt, handed it back to me. "I'm so sorry," she said softly. "That was awful." I nodded, couldn't speak, throat too tight. "Are you okay?" "Yeah," I lied. Someone cleared their throat. The crowd started moving again, awkward conversations resuming. People not knowing where to look. The party ended early. People made excuses, grabbed their coats, offered awkward sympathies on their way out. "Congratulations anyway, man. I'm sure she was just overwhelmed. Wedding stress, you know how it is. My wife cried for 3 days when I proposed. Emotions run high." I nodded, smiled, thanked them for coming. David squeezed my shoulder on his way out. "Call me if you need anything," he said quietly. By 9 p.m., everyone was gone. The backyard was a mess. Half-empty glasses, napkins on the ground, the cake untouched on the table. Jessica locked herself in our bedroom. I heard her on the phone, talking to her friends, her voice high-pitched, defensive. "He embarrassed me in front of everyone. It's like he didn't even care." I slept on the couch, stared at the ceiling, replayed the moment, the sound of her hand hitting my face, the shock on everyone's faces, the way she'd looked at me like I was nothing. The ring box sat on the coffee table, still open, sapphire catching the street light through the window. $8,000 for that ring. 3 months of design work with the jeweler. Hours spent getting it perfect. I'd remembered her saying years ago that she thought diamonds were cliché, that she'd always loved sapphires, that her grandmother had a sapphire ring she'd admired as a child. She'd thrown it at me like trash. The next morning, she acted like nothing happened. I woke up to the smell of coffee. She was in the kitchen, hair perfect, makeup flawless, humming while she scrolled through her phone. "I'm meeting the girls for brunch," she said, grabbing her purse from the counter. "We need to finalize the seating chart. Jessica, about last night, let's just move past it, okay? I was emotional, overwhelmed. You understand." She kissed my forehead, right above where she'd slapped me. The skin was still tender. "Love you. See you tonight." Then she left. I sat at the kitchen table, face still sore, mind racing. No apology, no acknowledgement, nothing. My phone buzzed. "Claire, are you okay? Last night was horrible. She shouldn't have done that." I stared at the message for a long time. "I'm fine. Thanks for checking." 3 dots appeared, disappeared, appeared again. "I mean it. You didn't deserve that. No one does." We texted back and forth, just checking in. Nothing inappropriate, nothing that crossed any lines, but something shifted. Over the next 2 weeks, Jessica became obsessed with the ring. She wouldn't wear it. Left it in the box on her dresser, pushed to the back behind her jewelry stand. Every evening, she'd show me photos from her friends' weddings, zoom in on their rings. "See? 2 carats. That's what normal people do. Ashley's fiancé isn't even rich, and he got her a diamond, a decent one. Megan's ring is platinum, with a halo setting. It's gorgeous." She posted the sapphire ring once on Instagram. A single photo, no caption, just the ring in the box. She deleted it an hour later. "People were asking questions," she said, sitting on the couch scrolling through comments she'd already removed. "It's embarrassing." "I can exchange it," I offered. "Get you a diamond if that's what you want. It's too late now. Everyone already saw. Everyone knows you got me a sapphire instead of a diamond. Does it matter what they think?" She looked at me like I'd said something insane. "Of course it matters. These are my friends, my social circle. This is my life." Meanwhile, Claire kept texting. Casual stuff at first. How was I doing? Was Jessica treating me better? Had she apologized yet? Then deeper conversations about relationships, about what we wanted from life, about whether I was happy. One night we met for coffee, just to talk. She was different from Jessica, quieter, thoughtful, actually listened when I spoke instead of waiting for her turn to talk. You're too good for her, Claire said, stirring sugar into her latte. You know that, right? I didn't answer. I'm serious. You bent over backwards to get her the perfect ring, something meaningful, something that showed you actually know her, and she hit you. She was overwhelmed. That's what abusers say. That's the excuse. The word hit me. Abuser. She's not. She hit you in front of 50 people and hasn't apologized. What do you call that? I sipped my coffee, said nothing. I'm sorry, Claire said. I shouldn't interfere. She's my best friend. But what she did was wrong. And watching her treat you like this, I can't stay quiet. Don't apologize. You're right. We talked for 3 hours that night. About everything. About nothing. About my childhood, her family, our dreams, our fears. Things I'd never talked about with Jessica. Things she'd never asked about. When I got home, Jessica was asleep. I lay in bed next to her, staring at the ceiling again, thinking about Claire, about how easy it was to talk to her, how she actually cared, how she'd noticed I was hurt when my own fiancé hadn't. Jessica had spent the last 2 weeks complaining about the ring, about how embarrassed she was, about what her friends must think. Not once had she asked about my face, about the cut on my lip that took a week to heal, about whether I was okay. 3 weeks after the engagement party, I made a decision. I called the wedding venue Monday morning, 9 a.m. as soon as they opened. I need to cancel the reservation. Oh no, I'm so sorry to hear that. Can I ask the reason? The wedding's off. I understand. Unfortunately, per our contract, you'll forfeit your deposit. I know. That's fine. $15,000 gone. Didn't care. I called the caterer, the photographer, the DJ, the florist, the cake maker. Canceled everything. Some were sympathetic, some were annoyed about the short notice. All of them kept my deposits. $30,000 in total losses. Worth it. I called my family, my mother first. The wedding's off. Silence. Are you sure? She finally asked. I'm sure. What happened? Did you two have a fight? She's not who I thought she was, Mom. Honey, everyone has cold feet. It's normal. She hit me at the engagement party in front of 50 people, and she hasn't apologized. Another silence. Longer. She hit you? Yes. Oh, sweetheart, I'm so sorry. I had no idea. We left early. We didn't see. I know. I didn't tell anyone, but I can't marry her. Of course you can. You're making the right choice. I called my father, my sister, David. Told them all the same thing. Everyone was supportive. Everyone said they understood. My sister said, thank God. I never liked her anyway. Then I went home. Jessica was on the couch, scrolling through wedding magazines, post-it notes marking pages, a notebook next to her full of color schemes and seating arrangements, fabric swatches spread across the coffee table. We need to talk, I said. Can it wait? I'm trying to pick centerpieces. I'm between roses and peonies. What do you think? Roses are classic, but peonies are more unique. No, it can't wait. She looked up, annoyed. I'm calling off the wedding. The magazine dropped from her hands. What? I can't marry someone who hits me. Who cares more about what her friends think than about us? You can't be serious. Because of one mistake? One moment? It wasn't a mistake, Jessica. You showed me who you are, and I finally believe you. She stood up, started crying. Real tears this time. Please, I'm sorry. I'll do better. We can get a diamond. Whatever you want. I'll wear the sapphire. I'll post it everywhere. I'll tell everyone how much I love it. It's done. I walked to the bedroom, started packing. She followed, begging, promising to change. I was just stressed about the wedding. Planning is so hard. I'll be better. Please don't do this. I filled 2 suitcases, clothes, toiletries, important documents, my laptop. Where will you go? A hotel. Then I'll find an apartment. This is our apartment. The lease is in my name. You have 30 days to find a new place. I'll email you the official notice. She grabbed my arm, nails digging in. You can't do this to me. We've been together for 3 years. 3 years. I pulled away gently. You did this to yourself. Everyone's going to ask what happened. What am I supposed to tell them? Tell them the truth. I can't tell them I hit you. That makes me look crazy. I stared at her. Even now. Even at the end. She was worried about appearances. Goodbye, Jessica. I left that night. Checked into a hotel downtown. Small room. Clean. Quiet. I sat on the bed. Stared at the wall. My phone started buzzing. Jessica. Calling over and over. I turned it off. The next morning, I had 63 missed calls. 42 text messages. Most from Jessica. Begging, threatening, apologizing, blaming. Some from her friends. Telling me I was making a mistake. That Jessica loved me. That I was overreacting. I blocked them all. My phone buzzed again. Claire. I heard. Are you okay? Who told you? Jessica. She called me crying. Said you left her. I'm fine. Do you need anything? Just some space. To think. I understand. I'm here if you need me. 3 dots appeared. Then, for what it's worth, I think you made the right choice. Claire and I started seeing each other a week later. Not planned, just happened. We met for coffee again. Then dinner at a quiet Italian place downtown. Then she invited me over to watch a movie. We talked for hours that night. About Jessica. About the engagement. About everything that had happened. She called me a traitor, Claire said. We were sitting on her couch. Wine glasses on the coffee table. Netflix paused on the TV. When? The day after you left. She called me screaming. Said I was stealing her fiancé. That I'd probably wanted you all along. That I was a terrible friend. We weren't even together then. I know. But she sees it that way. She's told all our mutual friends. I've lost half my friend group. I'm sorry. Don't be. They weren't real friends anyway. Anyone who sides with her her after what she did isn't someone I want in my life. She sipped her wine. She hit you, and she's the victim. That's how she sees it. That's how she's spinning it to everyone. Let her. Doesn't it bother you? No. The people who matter know the truth. That night, we kissed. Not planned, just natural. We'd been sitting close, talking, laughing, and then we weren't talking anymore, like it was supposed to happen. We kept it quiet at first. Neither of us wanted drama. Didn't want to give Jessica ammunition. But 3 months in, I knew Claire was different. She was everything I thought Jessica was. Everything I'd hoped Jessica could be. Kind, genuine, caring. She remembered little things I said, asked about my day, and actually listened to the answer. Noticed when I was stressed or tired. Made me laugh. She didn't care about appearances, about what people thought, about keeping up with her friends. She just cared about me. One night, lying in bed in my new apartment, I made a decision. I bought a ring. Not online, not in a week. I spent 2 months working with a jeweler, the best in the city, the same one who'd made Jessica's sapphire. Back so soon? He'd joke, then saw my face. Different ring, different woman. 3-carat diamond, D color, internally flawless, platinum band with smaller diamonds set around it in a pave setting, $100,000. More than I'd ever spent on anything, more than my car, more than I'd planned to spend. But Claire deserved it. The jeweler showed me the finished ring under the lights. It was perfect, absolutely perfect. She's a lucky woman, he said. I'm the lucky one. I proposed on a Saturday evening. Beach at sunset, just us. Private section I'd rented for the evening. Rose petals scattered on the sand. Candles in glass jars lining a path to the water. Champagne on ice. Violinist hidden nearby playing softly. What's all this? Claire asked, looking around in wonder. Just a nice evening. I thought we could use it. We walked along the water. Waves rolling in. Orange and pink sky bleeding into purple. Then I got down on one knee. She gasped, hands covering her mouth. Claire, you saved me from a life I didn't want, from someone who didn't value me. You showed me what love actually looks like, what partnership means, what it feels like to be truly seen. Will you marry me? She was already crying, nodding. Yes, yes, of course, yes. I slipped the ring on her finger. She stared at it, diamond catching the sunset, sparkling like fire. It's beautiful, she whispered, but you didn't have to spend. I wanted to. You deserve it. You deserve everything. She kissed me, long, deep, perfect. The violinist started playing Pachelbel's Canon. We set a date, 3 months away. Fast, but we were sure. Small ceremony, close friends and family only. 30 people maximum. The people who actually mattered. Jessica found out through mutual friends. Started calling, texting, showing up at my apartment. I'd moved to a new place, nicer. 2-bedroom, downtown with a view of the river. She waited in the lobby one evening. Tried to follow me up when I came home from work. Security stopped her. Sir, do you know this woman? Yes. She's not welcome here. You heard him, ma'am. Time to leave. You're marrying Claire, my best friend? How could you do this to me? Former best friend, Claire corrected when I told her later. We were having dinner at her place. Pasta she'd made from scratch. She stopped talking to me the day we started dating. Blocked me on everything. Told everyone I was a homewrecker. That I'd seduced you while you were engaged. That's insane. She posted on Facebook about it. A whole rant about betrayal and trust. Tagged me in it before she blocked me so my family would see. Jessica showed up at Claire's apartment building twice. At her work once. In the parking garage another time. Always demanding to talk. Claire blocked her number. Got a restraining order when Jessica kept showing up. The police served it on a Tuesday. Jessica called me from a number I didn't recognize. You got me served with a restraining order? Seriously? Claire did. Because you won't leave her alone. I just want to talk to her. She's my best friend. Was. She was your friend. You ended that when you tried to turn everyone against her. I'm not the bad guy here. Goodbye, Jessica. I hung up. Blocked that number too. The wedding invitations went out 2 weeks later. Cream cardstock, gold lettering. Elegant. Simple. Jessica's name wasn't on the list. The ceremony was perfect. Small venue, garden setting, white roses everywhere, trellises covered in climbing vines, string lights overhead even though it was afternoon. 30 people we actually cared about. My family, Claire's family, real friends, David and his wife, the ones who'd stayed through everything. I stood at the altar, waiting. My hands were shaking. David stood next to me. Best man again. You good? He whispered. Yeah, perfect. The music started. Pachelbel's Canon. Same song from the proposal. Then Claire appeared at the end of the aisle. White dress. Simple. Elegant. Lace sleeves. Long train. A crown of small white flowers in her hair. Radiant. She walked down the aisle slowly, smiling, happy, glowing. Her father beside her, crying already. That's when I saw Jessica, standing at the very back, behind the last row of white chairs, in jeans and a hoodie, sunglasses, hair in a messy bun. She'd crashed the wedding. Security hadn't caught her. She'd blended in with arriving guests somehow. Waited until everyone was seated. I didn't react, didn't acknowledge her, didn't let her ruin this. Just focused on Claire. She reached the altar. Her father kissed her cheek, placed her hand in mine. Her hand was shaking too. We turned to face the officiant together. Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today. I heard Jessica shift behind us, heard her breathing, saw her from the corner of my eye, but I kept my focus forward, on Claire, on this moment. The officiant talked about love, about commitment, about partnership. Then it was was time for vows. Do you, Michael, take Claire to be your lawfully wedded wife? I do. And do you, Claire, take Michael to be your lawfully wedded husband? I do. The rings, please. David handed me Claire's ring, the diamond, the one I'd spent months choosing. I slipped it onto her finger slowly, watched it catch the afternoon light, watched her eyes widen. She gasped, tears streaming down her face. It's perfect, she whispered. It's so perfect. She slipped my ring on next. Simple platinum band, understated. The officiant smiled. By the power vested in me by the state, I now pronounce you husband and wife. You may kiss the bride. I kissed her, long, deep, poured everything into it. Everyone applauded. That's when Jessica lost it, started screaming from the back. This should be me! That was supposed to be my wedding! That should be my ring! Everyone turned. Gasps, murmurs, heads swiveling. Security moved in immediately. Two guys in dark suits. They'd been positioned near the entrance, just in case this happened. Jessica fought them. I'm her best friend! We were supposed to get married together! This was our plan! We planned this together! They grabbed her arms professionally, started walking her toward the exit. Get off me! You can't do this! I was invited! Ma'am, you need to leave now. That ring should be mine. He was mine first. We were together for 3 years. They escorted her out through the garden gate. She was still screaming, still crying, still fighting. The guests stared, uncomfortable, confused, whispering. Claire squeezed my hand. Ignore her, she whispered. I did. We turned back to the officiant. He cleared his throat, smiled. Ladies and gentlemen, he said, voice carrying over the lingering whispers, I present to you Mr. and Mrs. Matthews. More applause. Louder this time. Genuine. People standing. We walked back down the aisle together, hand in hand, her ring sparkling in the sun, past shocked faces, past whispers, past the gate where security had just removed Jessica. Outside in the parking lot, I could still hear her, shouting, demanding to be let back in, security holding her back. That was my dress design. I showed her that dress. She copied me. You need to leave the property, ma'am, or we'll call the police. Call them. I don't care. This is wrong. Claire and I got into the car, the one we'd decorated with just married painted on the back window, white streamers, tin cans tied to the bumper. Her hand rested on mine, diamonds sparkling in the afternoon sun. I looked back once, through the rear window, saw Jessica being walked to her car by security, one guard on each arm, mascara running down her face, still yelling, still pointing at the venue. She saw me looking, started screaming louder. This isn't over, you hear me? This isn't over. Claire squeezed my hand. Ready? She asked. Yeah, and we kissed